Loves and welcome back to yet another trending stories segment with me. So Minnie Dlamini has officially issued an official apology rejection statement, if I can call it that. As we all know, yesterday I did upload a video sharing with you guys that G finally humbled himself and issued an official apology on the very same podcast that he disrespected Minnie Dlamini on, which is Podcast and Chilling with G, right? And unfortunately for him, Minnie Dlamini is saying, I will not accept your apology. But before we get into the very lengthy apology, Seemah, as we all know, Ghost Hlubi, the one and only Almighty Ghost Hlubi, did come forward to share with his fans on his YouTube channel that he has officially called it quits with Seemah. They've decided to go their separate ways because they want to focus on their growth. So Seemah, a lot of the fans, were worried and have been asking Seemah, how true is that? Is he pranking us? What's going on? Because we see that you still have most of his pictures on your Instagram account. What is going on? So Seemah responded on her stories and she said, yes, we broke up. Please leave me alone, thanks. And that is the only response we have received from Seemah, but the pictures and everything are still there. I think that is why most people are saying this is probably one of Ghost Hlubi's tactics to basically gain more viewership on YouTube. So let's just get on this lengthy statement released by Dlamini. She says, over the past few weeks, I have watched in disbelief and deep pain as my name, body, and dignity were dragged through the mud of public discourse, triggered by the vile, humiliating, and inexcusable comments made by Mr. Mokwevu on his podcast. Let it be stated clearly, I have never made any negative comments or statements about this man. All I did was to defend the dignity and integrity of a fellow woman in the industry against vile, objectifying remarks made about her. To think that standing up for another woman justifies years of lies, online harassment, and a degrading commentary in my name is both cruel and revealing. This is not about ego. This is about systemic misogyny. Sorry, guys. And then she continues to say, while I have chosen not to dignify the specifics with a response, I must emphasize that there is nothing entertaining or provocative about weaponizing a woman's body for clout, commentary, or so-called content. What occurred was not banter. It was a grotesque and deeply harmful violation of my dignity, my humanity, and my constitutional rights as a woman. And I have received an apology from Podcast and Chill via their attorneys. An apology offered only after the damage is done and reputations are on the line is not a meaningful act of accountability, especially when it comes from a platform that has made misogyny part of its brand. This was not a lapse in judgment. It was a reflection of values constantly displayed and defended by the show and its host. To apologize now, only when the public pressure threatens their image, is to actually center their own reputation damage rather than the trauma inflicted on others. And so I must say clearly, words without genuine accountability are hollow. I will continue to pursue legal recourse because as a public figure and a mother, I must act not only for myself but for every woman whose dignity is violated in the name of content and entertainment. To everyone who has offered support, stood beside me, and raised their voice, ngiyabonga. Your solidarity has been a source of strength and a reminder that this is about more than just me. It's about every woman who has ever been publicly degraded, digitally humiliated, or silenced through shame. Right? This moment has once again spotlighted the disturbing normalization of misogyny in the entertainment industry and online platforms. We need a systemic change your lelo gama Kawata, okay. She further goes on to say we need accountability and we must all decide what kind of public discourse we are willing to defend or dismantle. At the end of the day, I am a mother, a daughter, and a sister. This entire episode has caused harm not only to me, but to those close to me, innocent people. That said, I will not allow this to pass without consequence, because it's not just about my name, it's about protecting the dignity of women everywhere. Okay, so that is the rejection apology. Your thoughts, let's engage, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.